Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to more Nanyang EU qualifier action. It's Vega Squadron going toe-to-toe against Alliance in a best-of-3. Winner moves on to face Monkey Business in the lower bracket final. Loser, well, their journey will end here. This is Coddle Guy from Beyond the Summit. I'm going to be joined remotely from my good buddy Winter. Winter is back. How you doing, my friend? So we saw a pretty dominant performance from Alliance in Game 1. What should Vega look to do in Game 2? Is it as dramatic as trying to pull out a gameplay style change, or is it being able to kind of read the draft a bit better? What kind of steps should they take between Game 1 coming into Game 2?
I feel Vega actually are much more comfortable when they have a carry on 9 Pasha though. Like a more, not a, Legion Commander is like more utility based carry, not really a carry that he's more comfortable with. I think he's best at when he plays Anti-Mage or PL, the traditional carries, I feel. Maybe go for more late game against Alliance.
How did you say his name? Was it 9 Pasha, Winter? Yeah, that's right. I saw your Twitter. People letting you know how to say it correctly. I've probably been saying it incorrectly myself. Hell, I didn't say Nanyang correctly all through AU. It happens from time to time. But thank you for letting us know, people out there watching. I do want to make sure I say these players' names correctly. I just don't need 30 of you to tell me how to say it correctly. Or Winter, I'm sure. But I agree with you. Something to get Nine Pasha, something that he can really style with a bit. You know, LC, it's pretty obvious that if you're able to shut her down early on, she's not going to have good opportunities to build up bonus damage, and she will not be scary into the late game. Ooh, but Winter. Vega might have broken the cardinal rule when you go against Alliance. They have not banned the Nature's Prophet, and Nature Prophet has been picked up first for Alliance. Is this a bold move from Vega? I mean, I'd have to anticipate with a ban on Tusk and Darkseer, they anticipated this was coming. Maybe they're going to consider some sort of counterplay.
They have the Rat Exterminator though. Relocate is generally viewed as a very good tool of dealing with ratting and Nature's Prophet in general. So it might not actually be them just not wanting to ban Prophet. I think they probably had a plan. They just wanted to give them away and have Wiz to maybe probably counter the Prophet doing his global shenanigans, because with Wiz around it's very difficult for a Prophet to split push.
I wonder if they want to continue to build on that even further, to have someone else to counter this Nature's Prophet. Is it worth going to Clock? I was going to say it, Winter. Yeah, come on.
Clock or Bat Rider.
Yeah, let me look good for once. No, I agree with you. Definitely Clock, Bat Rider. Anyone who can hunt for this Nature's Prophet would certainly help out quite a bit. And Witch Doctor picked up. Is this like a deny pick as something that maybe Alliance could have gone for? Or is it the fact that, you know, you get great sustain, his restoration, along with Wisp, adds super healing powers? What's the significance for a Witch Doctor here, unless maybe they themselves are considering a bat? Just seems a bit out of the blue for a commitment to an early support like this one that would have not been banned, and they probably could have creeped in with.
I think they just didn't want to give away anything though. They just want to pick something that is a strong laner. I think in general Witch Doctor is picked a lot because he's very good in the laning phase, very good at making sure the carry is safe in the lane, giving the Voodoo restoration, and he has very good range at harassing off the off lane and just protecting the carry in general, and very good team fight. So I'm not sure why they wanted to pick the Witch Doctor this early, but it's just in general, it doesn't give away anything.
Oh yeah. I mean, Alliance are looking at this, they still don't know who this Wisp might be paired up with. They had already made the cautious ban to remove the Tiny, but as we all know, there are plenty of options still out there.
I actually like maybe Spirit Breaker to deal with the Prophet though, with the relocate.
Oh,
I think it's very nice. Oh, I hear the bell.
Did you hear the doorbell there? There's someone at the door, but I'm not going to get up and go over there to get it. It's probably a crazy delivery for the BTS guys, I'm sure. So I'm not going to worry about it. And if they continue to ring and knock, then I guess I'll have to go take care of it. But another ban now onto the Wisp, or against the Wisp. They get rid of the CK here. We know CK had received some love recently, and with the benefit of the crit now proccing some minus armor, allows even a team on Dire's side to have Roche as a considered option. But it's just Alliance still getting rid of these potential big powerhouse duos that Vega could have gone for. But without them committing early for the pair of Wisp, I'm sure they have plenty of backups. Now we'll see what Alliance want to grab up now. Alina's been picked, but we don't know yet what she's going.
And don't you think it's like weird because Vega ran the Brood the last game, and even when they see Bulldog's hero popping out, they still chose to ban the Brood. It's like they didn't want to see the hero at all in the game.
Yeah, that is a bit awkward. I don't know Alliance to do crazy things like change up and have a Nature's Prophet in a 4 position or mid lane, and then they still have a Brood for the off lane. So that is a bit awkward, but yeah, they definitely hate spiders. So they'll get rid of it. There's our Clockwork Winter. So now they have someone else to hunt down this pesky little split-pushing Nature's Prophet, and someone to set up, and also very, very good against an Earthshaker. I would have to say this Clockwork has to be considered best in slot for their top off-lane choice right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it synergizes really well with Relocate. Every time when you have a IO in your team, you want to have some sort of low cooldown initiating tool, and Hookshot is a low cooldown initiating tool. So it's going to go really well with the Relocate, and they would need a good partner to pair up with the Relocate for damage. Hookshot is just initiating. They need someone else to do the damage to get the kills done.
So what's left out there? I mean, the top options of what I've seen with like pairing up with like you got your Ursa. PA actually would have been one of the options back in the day. You know, Gyro of course, but outside of that, we could be seeing something perhaps a little unorthodox. But what about this PA pickup from Alliance? It's something they've gone to a couple of times now for Loda, and it's been doing work once it's able to build up some significant farm. But the response from Vega will be the TA grab. Not your typical partner, but they still have a safe lane to go for.
I actually think PA is really strong now in the lanes though, because of the buff that she got from Dagger. I think getting an Orb of Venom at the start, combining it with the Dagger is actually really strong and potent in the laning phase.
5 seconds remaining.
It's a lot of serious slow.
I think it probably will get more attention once every team figures out how to utilize it very well. I definitely think it's one of the stronger things in the current patch at this moment. The Dagger with the Orb of Venom is really strong at winning your lane, and PA is going to crush your lane. Like, it even allows PA to play more aggressive, to like aggressive tri-lanes, because how the Dagger works now.
Something we'll probably be looking to check out in this game, if it is something that Loda has recognized or Alliance has recognized to utilize here. Final ban on the Slark.
There's still Wyvern though. Wyvern counters the Relocate, and it's really good versus TA.
Ooh, yo, you're right. Wyvern is just very, very good against Wisp, as it is. Not that. Could they afford...
Unless they're thinking of Lina support and Shaker support. Then
yeah, I think that's what I initially thought. Just only because I haven't seen Lina played as mid lane what feels like a while.
I guess Alliance, judging based on how Alliance plays their game recently, they have been mostly putting S4 on tempo controllers like Puck or Bat Rider.
What about Night Stalker here?
Yeah,
is that
Night
too
Stalker.
Crazy?
It certainly fits their lineup as well, so I could see it working for them. I think it's definitely one of the few though. They want S4 to be on a tempo controller to make space for Loda. Yeah, and Bulldog as well, so they have a lot of mouths to feed on their team, and if you play Lina as a support, she definitely would be really happy when there's a Night Stalker, because she's going to get a lane because of that. When the Night Stalker's roaming.
Oh, yes! The Brewmaster pickup here. I can't remember, I believe it was Loomdun who was C-Knight's coach, as we know, as we were talking a bit about Brewmaster. He did receive a nice little buff for his bears and Dispel Magic's big AoE, but...
It's a counter to Glimmer Cape now, because you can dispel the Glimmer Cape.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh,
that's
actually
great. The biggest change for Brewmaster, I feel.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, I mean, there's no standout Glimmer Cape heroes except for the Wisp. If the Wisp does decide to go for Glimmer Cape and try to just hide in the shadows a bit, that would be thwarted. And we know Brew for being a tremendous presence in these fights. He's great at zoning when you're sieging into the high ground. He's just a gatekeeper overall.
And it's gonna force the TA to get an early MKB.
And MKB, I was gonna say as well, as he's one of those heroes similar to like the PA and Wind Ranger. It forces your opponents to have to itemize very different, and that already kind of takes them out of the game they were hoping to play. And now you really need to get an MKB. You're against a PA and now a Brewmaster. This is pretty disgusting. And Vega are going to have to be like, oh boy, when's the last time, unless of course they've gone against it in their scrims, you know, when's the last time we've gotten to go against a Brew? Are we going to remember like how he is in the mid lane? Alliance have happily showed that they're willing to go back to what was their heyday of TI and pull out all these great TI3 kind of picks. And they show that they're still very versed and experienced on these hero grabs. I'm just curious to see what their response is going to be from Vega. What was the old natural counters? Picking up a Doom?
Bristleback as well. Like Bristleback is very good versus. I think the old counters will be one of those Bristleback because it's very tanky versus the split, and you can actually use Quill Spray to deal with the split.
Silence is good typically, the lockdown, but they already have committed both their supports. They just need to get their safe lane hero.
They need a very heavy right clicker though. I'm not sure if TA alone is enough. They need someone else to back their damage. Because Clockwork doesn't do a lot of damage. And Witch Doctor is very situational. They have a lot of ways to counter the Death Ward. With Brewmaster should always be able to cyclone the Witch Doctor when he's casting his Death Ward.
It's going to be the Gyro. The funny thing is, the first thing I thought of when I'm like, oh, we need right-click damage, and I was like, maybe a silence for the Brew. I figured a Dro would be fine, and I know she can be pretty fragile, and they might be able to easily leap onto her, and PA can get in her face, and that would be all skeptical, but I figured, you know, they have a Wisp, a Witch Doctor that can benefit from the aura, TA even, but they're going to go with Gyrocopter, who used to be a typical peanut butter and jelly combo with the Wisp. Definitely had his heyday period in 6.84, has received a little bit of the nerf hammer in the recent patch, but Pasha is going to give it a spin here. And we'll have to see how the matchup's going to be for him. In the Nature's Prophet offlane matchup, I mean, it's going to be nice for Bulldog. He has the trees to mitigate any sort of hefty rocket barrage. I don't imagine it's going to be too much trouble.
I actually wonder if they'll contest like the last game though, because they definitely have very strong lanes. Witch Doctor, like I mentioned, is really good in the laning phase. And Serial Break.
Yep, me too. This one's a bad one as well, it looks like. Okay, I was able to close out, so that's a start. Folks, again, apologies for the technical error. Sometimes also, I want to say, I always forget that when this happens. When we enter and this reborn crash does happen, and it looks like it happens to spectators, it's not just a BTS thing. All other casters have also been dropped. You hear Winter's also dropped. We're going to get back in. If you notice that when we return, you do not have audio in Dota TV, it may require you to reconnect to the game. For anyone watching and is not receiving Dota TV audio, try reconnecting, reselecting our broadcaster slot, and then it may work. That was what someone told me. And we have gotten back into the game. Are you back in, Winter? Are you by my side?
Yes, I am.
Wonderful. Glad to have you. And here we go. Let's get the party started here. Alliance go on the move early. We might be able to quickly see the ward spread. This time, it looks like an early committed ward from Alliance will go up on the high ground across the riverfront. But both teams kind of eyeballing each other. We suspect will maybe an audible change if they do want to take advantage of their lane dominators here. But a lot of attention towards this top rune from both sides here, Winter. Which will be the first team to call chicken? I don't think either. This could be a quick first blood. As 4 is creeping in, is yet to level up. He wants to go for the stomp. They're going to dish out a fissure onto 9 Pasha. There's going to be the stomp right now. Soul looking to come in to help out. Oh, I crashed! Winter, take it away. What's happening?
I crashed too.
No! Reborn, why? We were about to see sweet, delicious blood. Oh, well. Oh, all right. I'll quickly get back in.
I think Gyro died.
Yeah, it looked pretty bad. He had gotten tethered, I saw, but it came after the fissure. Stomp already went out, and Reborn. I'll get back in, and we can see and assess the damage, Winter. And then we can try to put the pieces together like detectives on what went down. It'll be fun.
Are you back?
I'm getting back in. I'm almost in, and I'm back. All right, well, let's see. What went down? It looks like a 1-1 trade. Do we know who got first blood? The Gyro didn't die.
Probably Rod? Gyro didn't die.
He's
okay.
0-0. Prophet
So
died and got the kill.
The Whist dying. So maybe they actually switched targets when the Whist headed over, like you mentioned.
It's hard to say also if they took Bulldog down first and then his tree got the kill, or if he got the kill and then went down after.
Yeah, and I wonder who got the bounty runes as well. It's really tough to say.
Well, unfortunately, we'll be handicapped because of this temporary issue with the crashing. We won't be able to get those first few moments back, sadly. But Vega now, with their tri-lane, trying to force the Bulldog back into a submissive state, but he will have those pesky trees. Just continue to poke around a bit, get that little side intel, and try to just leech what XP he can. Let's check out this mid lane matchup, though, Winter. It's been a while since I've seen the Brew, so I'm very curious here as S4, who runs down no one, be forced to pop the salve. S4 will turn and actually evade the right click there of no one. He's just happy to kind of trade here. But what do you think about the Brew TA matchup?
I think TA should do much better when she gets more points in. Maybe she gets a second point in Side Blades. It's going to really help out. But I think Brew should be fine though. He should be able to still get his levels, but we see here no one almost getting killed there by the fissure. That 10 damage nerf might actually be the lifesaver for no one there.
Yeah, it was hard to see the final number, but it was very close. It may have been the difference. Cruel Ice Frog. Well, he will escape for now. He has to do the walk back. At least Solo will walk back for now. He'll bring a bottle, I'm sure, back to mid lane to help out. But now we check Loda, bottom lane, top CS of the game so far. 14-1 in his matchup against the Clock at second in CS. So both of this bottom laners able to get a lot. Can't help but feel like this is going to be great for Mag. He'll get quicker to the hook shot. And with this early bit of farm, he could be a good presence in the mid game. I mean, they're not being able to do much to kind of force the Clockwork back. He's going to be able to kind of sit pretty here.
And he should be able to, like you mentioned, get his levels. I don't think there's much they can do about it. They don't really have a very strong support like Rubik that can actually make sure that the Clockwork is always in danger. But right now they're going to try to go for a kill here on Mag. He should be able to survive this. I don't think they can kill him. Yep. They probably need like the Orb of Venom from the PA before they can actually kill the Clockwork.
Yeah. Well, they're not going for it yet, except up for a Bassi ring, at least for now. And maybe they didn't go into that knowing they were going to get the kill on the Clockwork, but just letting him know that Ake is always around and he should not consider any sort of brave commitments. Back at mid lane, one in S4, continue to trade a bit. My Nuts has been hanging out on the side, building up a stack already at the Ancient Camp. I mean, do they have anyone to farm this early on? I don't think so. Unless they get Nature's Prophet involved with it all. PA will need a bit more time.
Not sure if this actually means the PA wants to build a Battle Fury though, because like you mentioned, if they don't have Battle Fury, they don't really have any good ways of. I mean, they can do it slowly with the Treants tanking and the heroes hitting, but that's not very efficient though. And based on the recent games, Loda, I don't think he actually has purchased Battle Fury on PA in the recent games. It's all just early game items like stat items, drums, basher, getting SMY.
I suspect he's possibly looking to do the same. Outside of accelerating farm, I don't know if the Battle Fury is going to be offering
it just
much.
Doesn't feel like... Oh, PA is going to go in on Mag here.
Oh, rotation also comes in from Bulldog here, and Mag is in trouble. He is trying to walk back it away, and he can't get the space, it looked like, to be able to get a good cog off. And he will end up going down. He was
trying really hard, and really good play from Loda. He was just making sure that he stays right next to him so he doesn't get caught blocked out, and it's going to lose them the vision though. So he just wanted to give vision so the Prophet and Lina can actually finish the Clockwork off. So well done. It's going to cost the Clockwork his first death, but he's still at very good levels though so far. Level 5 already.
Oh, definitely. We could look and compare that over. Bulldog level 4, but was able to participate in that and get the kill. But back at bottom, they're looking for redemption here. Loda, tried to get away. Battery Assault does stop the initial leap, but he does make it out. Solo's not going to be able to get close enough with those Spirit Balls, and he will etch out to safety on the back of Ake there.
And Haste Rune again?
It's S4. What do you think, dude? Look at him go. He's heading right up towards the top lane here. He wants to get a gyro. Will not dive in. Back behind.
Yeah, that was a really good lane ward that saved his life, because the sentry actually barely missed the lane ward there from Vega. So that was really crucial. All these small little things, you know.
Yeah. S4 is not going to be able to utilize the haste rune.
They placed like Minus realized that they must have vision. He immediately placed another sentry. But the ward is going to expire soon.
Consider that a win for them. My Nuts will now take over this off lane at least a little bit to get some levels, as looks like Bulldog is going to start going back to the roots of Nature's Prophet. Go right back into the jungle now. The roots of Nature's Prophet. That kind of works out a little too well. But your top CS of the game so far, this Gyrocock, 9 Pasha. Top lane able to pick up phase boots at 38 and 12. Off to a nice commanding start. Are we still going to see the gyrocopter of 6.84 Winter where, you know, level 7, level 8, he's got call down now? Does he go and get aggressive? You know, that was the trend there. Maybe hopping off over to the off lane and trying to pick off Loda. I
think it's the same playstyle basically, and TP's got cheaper, so much easier for the gyro to rotate. Not like the 25 gold is going to matter much, but I think the playstyle is generally the same. You have a TP and you're ready to assist the lanes anytime or even be aggressive. Oh no, again.
Oh, top crash? Lane, call, nope, not me. I'm good, Winter, and we are catching action here as my nuts gets annihilated from the call down of 9 Pasha there. Sorry your cereal got flattened. Looks like it was just you this time, sadly, Winter, but a successful pick-off right there. Comes with a beautiful setup from your Witch Doctor, and, well, the call down doesn't require him to kind of rotate across the globe to get something done. Makes a home here for himself, and will start slowly pelting down some damage onto this tier 1. Check back at mid lane, and already Vega doing a serious stack right now. No one getting some help from Solo, and he is just going to start chunking through this huge amount of money.
So what did I miss? I'm back.
Just a quick pick off onto the Earthshaker in this top lane. He's already returned since then, but their tier 1 has taken a serious amount of damage, and Gyrocopter is able to pick up a kill for himself.
Yeah, and he is gonna meanwhile finish the Ancient Stacks here. It's gonna give him a lot of economical boosts and levels here, and it's gonna give Wiz some very needed levels as well.
It looks like he might get to level 5 after this, so the relocate is coming close. Is it to the benefit of this TA to consider a more damage-oriented build-up, Winter, going early into a Desolator?
I think basically how people play TAs, there's only one way or the more popular way right now, the Dagger and Deso. You get both of these items, then you consider if you need a BKB after. If you don't need a BKB, you just go Daedalus after the Dagger plus Desolator.
Definitely opens up options for a quick
Roche. Very rarely see players go Yasha anymore nowadays.
Yeah. Ever since Deso was cheaper, it just seems
and also the Blink, because Blink, with the change of Refraction and Blink is just such a core item on TA. And generally you choose only one, right? Either Blink or the Yasha. One of those two. That's why Yasha has fallen off.
But with that change, as you mentioned, it allows TA to be able to safely blink away from trouble. Similar to your Oracles, his ultimate, but is that safety net. And I agree with you, ever since those kind of changes, we've been seeing a typical cookie cutter build up on your TA. Maybe slight variables where if the TA seems to be kind of punished in the early game, might have to opt for the blink first and not really able to fall back on some serious damage till later in the game. But if they're able to get great farm, they'll go right for the Deso and try to snowball, picking off and punishing little fragile supports. But S4, I don't know if we've seen a split yet this game, Winter. He's now level 8. And aside from this illusion split, we have not seen the Pandas out in full force here.
Yeah, he hasn't really been finding the openings. Like, he really wanted to use the split the last time around when he rotated top, but he wasn't able to do so, and he's going to use his split now in middle lane.
Goes in, Refraction is going to be taken off. A long hook shot from Mag goes on to Ake, but Ake is not going to get the follow-up. It's a quick Cyclone coming out from S4. I actually almost thought he had heals, but it's been so long since I've seen a Cyclone that it's actually from S4. They're going to be able to bring down Ake. They're looking to go for my nuts. They get that. S4 could be in trouble now. The split is over, and he's going to go down. It's a 3-man takedown from Vega. Now the Treants going to get mowed over a little bit. Vega on the run right now. They're going to go to mid lane and start pelting down this tier 1. What with Disaster so quick? S4 leading in at the start, but the rotations came, and Mag got a great hook onto Ake, but even after the Cyclone from S4, Alliance continued to go down.
That's just the classic rotation from the Gyro there, helping his team out with all his spells. And at the start of the fight, even though the Panda S4 made a really good move by cycloning the clock immediately after hooking into Lina, but they still chased up and they couldn't save. They couldn't kill the TA because he got overcharged and healed constantly by Solo, and that was like the biggest tide turner in that fight. The Wiz coming in and the Gyro as well, allowing them to actually save the TA and turn the fight around, and wasting the first Panda split of the game. That could have given S4 his Blink Dagger if it was successful.
We'll now have to wait a bit more and farm it up. He's getting some help from Ake here. He gets about to 2K. It looks like that will be first priority for him.
Yeah, they have to be very careful now if they want to go for the same play because that's relocate. So they have the relocate to actually save the target they are focusing right now because Alliance is very heavy based on one target. They focus on one target with PA, Shaker, and the Panda, and they want to bring her down, like bring the person down. And IO is going to be there to just relocate and save that one person. So if Solo is able to do that every time, it's going to put Vega in a very good spot at winning the team fights.
Lions doing another stack here on this camp, bringing it up to
And
3.
they have to be really careful though because they don't have Battle Fury on PA.
Yeah.
And what if they lose a fight and TA finds a stack and TA is gonna like no one is just gonna be so happy that Christmas came early for him.
Yeah, that would be huge.
That
I
is
don't know if they get the opportunity to relocate
top?
the top. They're looking to go for my nuts. And he is stuck in a call down, so he tries to turn and fight. Drops down the Echo here, but Solo not going to be getting a lot of damage from a step back. And kills secured from Mag. Beautiful KS from him near that top room.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Very fun stuff. Vega up now 6-2, and now that we're fizzled down a bit of the action, look at Bulldog here. He is, as we know, always changing up his items. Going for a mech here. I don't know if I've seen this from him personally. What's the game plan? Just to be able to kind of shrug off a call down huge breakout fight?
There's only one plan with the mech is to fight. They want to fight with a timing where they have a blink on the blue. Panda just got his blink, so they have blink and mech and split right now. They are really powerful at this stage of the game with the mech advantage, so let's see how they make use of it. They're going to try and force the issue though.
Oh,
It's
Vega
going to be tricky for Vega.
have their own smoke. They're going to be smoking right by their tower here.
If they can somehow hookshot S4 with the clockwork, because the battery assault will constantly prevent the Panda from splitting. So that would be a
Courier. S4's hungry for it. That means he shows himself. He's also going to get the follow-up in Sema. Hookshot. Oh, they're looking to move in, but now the ward comes down. S4 is in trouble, and Mag has him pincered in. He's going to be going down. It's now a courier trade for S4. Ake just gets annihilated from Mr. Pasha with a huge rocket barrage. Now Loda, looking to go on the run, is able to blink strike away towards Bulldog here.
Damn, Clockwork had a 4-star that fight this early. It's not what we see usually. Blade Mail is more common nowadays, but that 4-star definitely helped the Clockwork get into position for that.
Why the 4-staff in this particular game over something like a Blade Mill? I mean, it obviously seems to be working nicely there, but, you know, I guess when you look at the lineup of Alliance, it's not like, oh, they have a Gyro, a Lesh, anyone to immediately front back a wealth of damage.
And it's going to be very good at dealing with the Sprout, though, this game, having the 4-star. So I think it's a really good choice here by Mac. And he already showed that it was worth the purchase there, allowing him to set up the hookshot. We were just talking about the only way they can lock down the blue is with the clock. He's going to get another pick off with the 4-star and the ward.
Leads in, gets the cog trap onto my nuts. Mag will shoot him down. 9-2 now. Vega on a serious streak right now.
Yeah, and here comes S4, but I don't think he's going to be able to do much. But with that, Mag certainly proved that the 4-star is definitely the right pickup for this game.
Without question.
So let's see, what do they look to finish off right now?
They're pinging S4 like they want to make a go on him here. Mag is trying to line up the hook shot.
They have a hook shot. They have a hook shot. So if they can actually do the same thing with no creeps near the Panda, they can definitely look to get that done with the relocate. He's going to wait for the Panda to go towards the secret shot.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. That was on the cusp. I was checking the AoE, and he lines it up and gets the catch on the S4. It will lead to a relocate, and it will lead to his demise.
That's going to sound the alarm that there's a ward there, for sure. That's the second time it happened.
Oh. Very nice catch by them. And yeah, all credit to this ward. But, I mean, even though he saw it and it made the easy lineup, it was the tip of the range, it looked like there, to get the catch.
Right at the end, so he knew that he was at his limits. But even if Alliance manages to deward this, right now it's already value. It's already a value ward for Vega.
Easy 100 gold for an S4 kill.
Netting them 2 kills. The kill before on the Shaker,
oh, you're right.
Nuts, and the S4 kills. So it's already 2 kills. It's just worth it at this point, even if they find a deward. So things are not looking good for Alliance now. All their Panda initiations have not been very successful. And they are going to look to Loda with his newly acquired Basher.
And he gets a bash on his dagger with it. The first dagger he throws out gets a bash on the...
I mean, it's actually really strong though, if you think about it. It's 25% and you have such a low cooldown on dagger. So you have a really good shot at somehow getting a Basher proc on a TPing target that you cannot reach too, you know.
And it gains the bonus damage, right? The 60 bonus damage as well, I assume, when it procs, not just the mini stun.
Probably, I'm not sure though.
I would assume so. If Maelstrom works and gives him the lightning proc, it's got to be the same thing. So that dagger that he can spam out also can pack a little bit of a punch here, especially as the game goes on. The scalability of dagger just got so much better with that change.
Yeah, meanwhile, Mag was also looking for a hookshot on S4. He didn't really get it. He managed to blink out. But at the same time, we kind of know that Mag has his eyes set on S4 all the time in team fights. He knows that S4 is his primary target he wants to focus on because he's the main team fight initiation for Alliance right now. Until the Shaker gets his blink, Alliance will only have to rely on S4 to start the fight. And Roshan is meanwhile going to be completed.
That was quick.
Vega, with the Desolator, it's just easy pickings for them. And here comes a casual dagger from Loader.
He was like, maybe if it crits and I happen to blink strike in and get a follow-up crit, I could take out the
And then you get a bash.
And then a bash? Oh, yeah. But not the case. Vega pulled back after getting the big Roche grab. Alliance are around the pit, and they're hoping for an opportunity, it looks like, here on the bottom.
And this is not going to be easy, though. Even though Alliance has the mech advantage, but the PA is going to melt if she blinks in and tries to finish up anyone. There's a lot of damage coming from the gyro, and hookshot is not going to land on, I think, Arke? Didn't see... I think he saw Arke with the TA trap in the Roche pit.
Yeah. Not going to be able to catch the hook here, and they will pull back. Alliance will, at least for now, as Vega inch on forward here. Looks like they want this tier 1.
TA just got her blink as well. It's going to make life really hard for Arke. Blink, 1 Mel Strike.
Oh, 625 life is all Arke got. He is a one-hit punch.
Maybe 1 Mel Strike plus 1. Yeah, I think 2 hits he dies. Basically, maybe if he gets splashed by 1 flat cannon and he's just gonna die to 1 Mel Strike.
And it doesn't look like he'll be able to.
Or even a rocket flare
to
though.
build up anything like a value
I
bracer.
think the Lina will probably be just an easy 1 Mel Strike.
They went Bulldog top lane. They relocate. Gyro and Solo here. It looks like they'll be able to get the kill. And Ern is out. Bulldog on the run. Oh, please, someone kill the rocket. Kill it for me. Kill it. Ah! Yeah, he's gone. See you later.
Level 1 homing missile getting a kill.
That's
what a
hilarious.
sight to watch.
And they don't even have to be there for the kill. They've already gone back bottom lane. They finish off the tier 2. And Alliance, 2 kills only. Very different from what we saw in the last game. Loda will pass through. They were body blocked, but it doesn't look like they really noticed. I don't think they even had the detection anyway. Hook shot from Mag on the little Ake, who's way in the back by himself. Will go down. My Nuts tries to dish out the fissure to help, but comes a bit too late. Mag, I don't know if he was trying to force to the high ground there, but
he wanted to go to the high ground and TP out.
Came a little bit too short. He does have cogs here if he can make some space. He goes for it. He's able to get the space. Now he'll go for the TP, but it's right in front of an Earthshaker who's just happy to clobber him down. Mag will drop. It's his life for that of Ake's, plus the space to mid lane. Yep, and they're going to be able to clear out this tier 2 potentially. There it will go. Now S4 thinking about maybe moving in, but no. Decides to double back. Still has that split. No one wanted to get the melt strike there. Not going to get the catch. S4 leads in. Goes for the stomp. Waits out with the split. They will go for Solo and get the easy wisp pick for now. S4 will not commit his ultimate. And my Nuts will also be taken down.
They're going to buy back on the wisp and relocate in. They have buyback on the wisp.
No one's in trouble. He'll need the assistance here. Wisp buyback. And Wisp not relocating yet, but here he comes. Up and above here, no one. Quick strike is going to annihilate Ake. And now he's looking to man up here on the Loda. He's getting the assistance from Solo in the high ground, but the Bear starting to run down the little Wisp ball. Pasha's going to be there to help out. Rocket Barrage comes out. S4's ult concludes, and so does his life. Triple kill for TA. As Vega continued to dominate here in game number 2. Alliance are facing what looks like potential game 3. Though we still have a game ahead of us. It's just Vega now taking another tower and starting to tickle the high ground here. Doesn't seem like there's much to stop them, Winter.
And Wish seems to be a hero that is going to be hotly contested by 2 of these teams. I imagine if it goes to a game 3. A value buyback securing his team the fight there. You see this so much on this.
Hook from Mag. Not going to catch its target. And Vega want to get this tier 2. The flat can starts coming out from Pasha. A follow-up echo, though, from My Nuts. Trying to do work onto the gyro. Not going to be enough to bring him down. S4 follow-up stomp. Call down's already out from Pasha, and he continues to get healed up from Solo. This Wisp is just keeping him alive and well, and they hold on. Mag picks up the triple kill on his Clockwork. It's a 5-man takedown of Alliance, and Solo's Wisp, again, MVP sustaining force, the babysitter right now for Vega.
Yeah,
helps
PA
keep him
was
alive.
Pierre was praying for a crit to finish off the gyro there, 9 Pasha, but he wasn't able to get a crit, and Solo there saving his carry once again proved that he's a crucial part of his team's success in this game.
One Rax goes down, the second in jeopardy here. Will be taken down. Completely different performance this game from what we saw in Game 1 Winter. Vega, who had been manhandled, now coming back, and it's a dank 420 lead for them. Very nice.
They just had a much better, rotations in general in this game, and lanes were much better as well. Their draft in general is also really good at dealing with what Alliance brings to the table with the clock and the relocate.
And the Brew. I don't feel like the Brew is able to do anything you hope for.
It's also the fact that they didn't have a Brute this game, so they had an additional hero that can allow them to take much more fights, and at least, if they don't really do well in the lanes like Brute, and you still have something to fall back on later in the game, because forward offers much more.
Mag has spotted out Bulldog here, leads out with the battery assault. Solo shows up, and he tries to create space with the Sprout here, but knows he might have to kind of stand and fight. Tries to pop the mech, but eventually Mag gets the catch. Follow-up hook now onto S4, bumps him back, looks to go instead for My Nuts. My Nuts trying to get the value TP. Will be able to make it away. There's going to be no more battery assault, no more stun for from either of them.
Yeah, he actually could have gotten that kill though. If he forced off the Shaker, then the Shaker gets hit by the power cogs. It might have actually worked and cancelled his TP.
Oh, that would have been next level, but
he still had his force off though.
Heat of the moment though, Winter. I guess it's just not something.
Yeah, I think I see this a lot from Yunus, from the offlaner of NIP. He hook shots in, he gets the cog block initially, and he forced off the target as well if he's facing the right way to get hit by the cogs on the second time. I see it a lot from him.
I love taking advantage of little things like that. You play Coddle, you blinding light someone into the cogs as well. It's just fun to manipulate it that way.
Or the Rubik lift.
Exactly. Oh, My Nuts! Do not stand a chance against no one. Hook shot in from Mag. S4 now going to get cogged up, and the battery assault's not going to allow him to split. He's down. And the onslaught continues. Vega just make easy work of Alliance. Bulldog going to be going down. It forces out the buyback from the Earthshaker. And that's going to be the game. And we're going to have our first Game 3 of the Nanyang EU qualifier now, Winter. Boy, oh boy.
I think when you said that, then you realize what you just said. Might not stand a chance. It's no one.
These player names. It just tickles me. All right.
This is way better than the typical Chinese games last time. DDC, DD, long DD.
Oh god, yeah. Don't DD, long DD, triple Ds. That's just hilarious. But Game 2 Winter, Vega, from start to finish, looked like they got it everything they needed.
Yeah, much better game plan, I think, this game for Vega. Instead of what they had in the last game, which was really one-dimensional, this game they had a much more all-rounded draft. And I have to say the whole team played really well, but the standout players would obviously be Solo and Mag. Both of the players getting a lot of work done for the team, especially Mag, constantly putting S4 on his radar, hooking him and making sure that he can't get the split at a very good, important time for Alliance to actually take a team fight. So, well played to Vega. We'll see what happens in the third game. But like I mentioned, I think the Wisp would actually be probably a hot commodity for the two teams to snag up.
Yeah, if not flat out banned, I would have to agree with you. We'll get our answers, though, as we'll take a small break. And when we return, it's going to be Game 3 hype now for Alliance versus Vega. Winner moves on to face Monkey Business the next series today in that lower bracket final. The loser, their Nanyang journey will end. I'm Kyle Guy for Beyond the Summit. That's Winter. We'll see you in a few moments for game number 3.